Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
Fly tippers forced to clean up rubbish and councils told to end the charges at town dumps. Both part of a new government plan to tackle litter. The worst offenders will be put on litter patrols in streets, parks and country lanes. All measures aimed at solving the problem that costs £50 million to taxpayers every year. James Blake has been to South East London, where, like almost everywhere in the UK, they're battling the rubbish blight.
Directly underneath a sign threatening prosecution for fly tipping, a pile of rubbish has been dumped. Last year, local councils reported almost 1 million incidents of fly tipping, and it's getting worse.
This is a common sight in communities on streets and pavements across the country. Sometimes it starts small, but rubbish is like a magnet. It attracts more rubbish, and soon the pile grows and grows.
Well, I think in some areas it is quite appalling to see rubbish out, and you see people doing that on a regular basis.
They've actually put cameras up as well to try and deterrent it, but it hasn't stopped them.
I know there's the yellow triangle where you can dump stuff, but I think that's also really bad because people just dump mattresses.
Samantha Harding campaigns against this rising tide of litter. She shows us the problem hotspots where she lives in South London.
There's a tyre that should be disposed of in quite a particular way. There's some wood. You can see there's lots of stuff that actually could have been put away for recycling. We've got some food waste, and we've also in a bag got some clothes, which again could have been recycled.
Tomorrow, the government announces new guidance to crack down on fly tipping. It's expected that councils will now be banned from charging people when they dispose of certain items like DIY materials and garden waste.
I think it's worth remembering that most local councils introduced those charges of a way of trying to raise money in difficult financial situations, but I think one of the unfortunate knock-on effects is that it has put some people off using those centres, and therefore there has been a rise in fly tipping of about 4% over the last year.
Today, preempting the new rules, the Local Government Association insisted that councils who do charge for specific disposal services do so to avoid the abuse of their domestic facilities and to offset the costs involved. Fly tipping is a blight in both rural and urban areas. This was a country lane in Staffordshire until recently it was used as an illegal rubbish dump on an industrial scale. From old coffins to car tyres, social media websites are full of photos of rubbish piles from around the country posted by frustrated residents. The government also wants to make fly tippers, those found guilty in court, take responsibility for their actions. This would mean making them clean up the streets as part of any community sentence.
James Blake there.
I've been getting